All right, so hi everybody, welcome to the YouTube video for week 2 for Philosophy 101. I'm just sitting outside where it is awfully rainy today. So I hope that you are staying dry. Yeah, it's really picking up now. But in this video, this week, I wanted to talk about Intellipath. We haven't really done that yet. So I got three main things that I want to say about the nature of the Intellipath assignments. So they are, I mean, by now you've had, a full unit due, and we're coming up on the deadline for the next one. Actually, today is Friday, and so that means you have the determined knowledge check due for Unit 2. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about, is the determined knowledge check. Every week, it's like the best practice is to start off by doing the DK check, or the determined knowledge check, and to get it done by Friday. It is to your benefit to do this, actually. The whole idea with Intellipath is that it's customized somewhat to your experience and to your knowledge level already. It tries not to waste your time by making you do a bunch of work learning stuff that you already know. And the main way it tests what you already know is through the DK check. So in the best case scenario, if you do the determined knowledge and score really highly, you actually end up getting less work to do throughout the rest of the modules in the week, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so always start off with that. And it looks like most of you are doing that, that's good. But to get that done by Friday is ideal. Number 2. So this kind of follows from what I was just saying about the customizability. When you're going through Intellipath and it's asking you a bunch of questions at different points, the questions don't always come in the same order for everybody. In fact, they don't really ever come in the same order for everybody. Your question, what you get as question 3 might be somebody else's question 8. And it might be a question that somebody else doesn't see at all. And some of that's determined by the determined knowledge check. Some of that's just determined randomly. Yeah, so what that means, practically speaking, is that when you have questions about Intellipath, it's best if you ask those questions inside Intellipath. Like if you send me an email or something saying, question 4 was confusing, or I'm pretty sure I got question 1 right, but it marked me wrong. It's difficult to figure out what you mean by that. Like, there's ways to do it, but it's a lot easier if you just, inside Intellipath, you click, there's a button you'll see on the question page that allows you to query a question, query it. That's the best way to go, especially in those rare situations where where you think it marks you wrong incorrectly, because that happens sometimes. The computers aren't perfect. But if you query the question, that kicks it over to me, and it makes it very easy to just review it and fix it, or explain what's going on, or what have you. So that's point 2. I mean, you can still ask me questions outside of Intellipath, but if it has to do with Intellipath, it kind of makes sense to do it in there. Last point, number 3, the score that you get at the end. You go through the modules and you go through the learning path. The score you get at the end is, in some sense, not necessarily a final score, because you can always, up to the very last day of class, go back and redo assignments as much as you like. This is not true for discussion boards, but for Intellipath, because again, the whole idea with Intellipath is that it's self-directed. It's what it's what you are doing, what you are wanting to learn, and if you direct yourself to go back and redo some assignments to try and improve your score, you can do that. And the grade will update. It won't update right away necessarily if the grade's already been kicked over to the grade book, just because of the way the computer systems communicate. But it will update after a day or two. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you get through to the end and you're not pleased with your score, or if you're pretty sure you could do better and you want to try, you don't have to ask me. I don't have to authorize anything. You can just go right back in and do it and redo it and redo it. If you want to redo it a dozen times, I hope for your sake that you don't do that, but you can if you want to. and yeah, so that's point 3. You can redo Intellipath assignments as much as you like. So if you have other questions about Intellipath or about anything else, just send me a message or an email, and we will keep on moving forward. But yeah, so remember, determined knowledge check for Unit 2 is due today when I'm posting this video, as is the primary post for discussion board 2. Remember, you've got 2 deadlines for all of the discussion boards going forward. Primary posts are due on Friday, today, and then peer responses are going to be due on Tuesday, 4 days from now. Yeah, 4 days from now. So, great. That's all I've got for now. I hope you have a great day and a great weekend.